and my cousin was making bacon, but it was like baked and put like a little brown sugar on it. Oh my God, it was so good. And it was almost like charcoal. It was so done, but it was so good. So yeah, I'm not picky. Remember that bacon we had at Ole Miss? Like
I do.
And that they had been marinating in bourbon, and it had like brown sugar in it. And you and I both threw those down, and I got a little tipsy trying to walk back to the stage.
So there's one of them was with you at the Texas State Fair.
Yeah,
we had that cotton candy bacon.
Yeah, with
which was it was like a sin on a stick.
Yeah,
and then at the Kentucky Derby this year, I had 24 karat gold plated bacon with Zay Flowers from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
and we both almost lost our minds at how delicious that was.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Once you get real bacon too, like listen, there's no such thing as bad bacon, but the bacon you buy at the grocery store or whatever is great. But I one time went with Richard Childress, and went to Montana to his house out there, and of course, and RC gets up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up at like 5:45, and he made bacon, and I still don't know where all that bacon came from, but it was like steak. It was so thick, and it was so good. But yeah, that's like real cowboy bacon.
I feel like our band name, of which we have many.
Yeah.
I think Macon Bacon.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Macon, Georgia. There's a minor league baseball team.
The Macon Bacon.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Do they have like sizzling bacon on their hat? Probably.
Oh, yeah. Look at here. You know what? While we're talking, I'm going to change minor league hats right now.
There you go, Macon Bacon.
There you go. Here we go. So for the rest of the show, in honor of the captain, I'm wearing this bacon hat. So, Nashville Sounds, you had a nice run for an hour and 20 minutes.
I mean, that's equal opportunity. You gave them a half of the show.
This might be the Iron Pigs. I think this might be the Allentown, the team in Allentown.
That's a strip of bacon, though. So it should be the Macon Bacon.
But they're the Pigs, so I think it was kind of one of those things. Speaking of which, so we were talking earlier about the Carolina Hurricanes, and I have written a piece for the Stanley Cup Finals that'll run. I wrote a piece for ESPN.com last week too. It kind of got lost because it dropped the same day as Kyle Busch was passing away. But they are obsessed with hogs, with pigs. The Carolina Hurricanes, and they almost named the team like the Ice Hogs. And the reason is because Eastern North Carolina is like the hog industry is so massive, but they have their mascot is a pig, and then they have a live pig they walk around like in the parking lot. And I was talking to some of the tailgaters up there, and they're like, yeah, it gets a little awkward when Hamilton the pig walks up because we're like all eating barbecue. Like it's a little uncomfortable. But they just, as long as you don't feed it to them, I think you'll be fine. But
Mark Ray smoked a pork butt last night for us, and oh man, it's one of the, if you do it right, it is one of the undisputed greatest delicacies. Is really good pulled pork.
Yeah. Well,
especially when you've had 7 beers.
Yeah, we're right down the road from where you're sitting. In Shelby, North Carolina, is Red Bridges Barbecue. And it's one of the greatest barbecue joints on planet Earth. And that's no exaggeration. Like people travel, like barbecue collectors will travel from around the country to go to Red Bridges Barbecue. It's right on US 74, right there in Shelby. You'll drive right by it going home. But it is. I've been known to, when the place is closed, just to sit there and smell the smoke because it smells so good. They just keep it stacked up in the back. Yeah.
Have you been to this brewery over here that they retrofitted out of a former prison?
Yes.
It's really interesting in there. They took. Hey, what's the name of that brewery? Eclipse. What's it called?
Iron Key. The one here?
Iron Key?
Iron Key.
All right, so the brewery's called Iron Key.
It's in Columbus.
And we went in there last year, and we just sat there and stared at the walls because there's still iron bars on the the windows, and the door's still this heavy steel. It's like walking into Shawshank Redemption to get a cold beer.
No, it kind of gives me the freak out. That's like when you go tour Alcatraz. And
I've never done that.
Dude, it's awesome, but it's a little real. Like you go over there and it's like, oh, okay. Like you kind of walk through the getting processed thing, and they take you in the big room where they make everybody shower and give you your prison clothes, and you're like, yeah. I'm not sure if I can have a beer in a jail and feel good about it.
I'm gonna do it in about 4 hours.
How do you like your bacon? I didn't ask you.
Oh, dead. I'm just like Laney. Yeah, I want my bacon so dead it breaks in half.
Yeah, that's fair. It's and I should feel bad about it, but
how about eggs? Are you fried egg, scrambled egg?
Yeah, over
omelet egg, sunny side up.
Give them to me fried over easy, and that way when you cut into it, you get some yolk on your bacon.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. When I was growing up, I was a strictly don't let your food touch it. Food doesn't touch food. Like I kept it all separated. But as I get older, I'll mix it all up. So, yeah, cut that yolk.
It's the first thing I do. I make a big smorgasbord on my plate or in my bowl. I don't care what it is.
I noticed it. I've noticed that. But you did that like before acai bowls were a thing. That's how you used to eat everything. I watched you do that at like the Holiday Inn Express in Anniston, Alabama, 25 years ago.
He's got his
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. Heated rivals take center stage in St. Louis.
Way back there. God! Alex
Bregman and the Chicago Cubs face Jordan Walker and the Cardinals. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern with first pitch at 7:20 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more, and all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why do over 90,000 businesses use and love Quo? My business had grown from one customer to hundreds of customers. As we scaled, my phone became anxiety-inducing. Quo came in like a superhero and completely changed the way we manage customer communications. The bottom line, Quo just works. When money is on the line, always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/ESPN. That's QUO.com/ESPN.
Ian Fitzsimmons here, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I was skeptical about ordering plants online. Like, this is actually going to show up alive at my house. But after my wife and I ordered from Fast Growing Trees, convinced. They have this thing down to a science. They've built a whole system to protect your plants until they arrive. They even have a lab where they test against cold, heat, humidity, you name it, any condition, they've got it. And they thrive. We couldn't believe how good our plants looked when they arrived at our doorstep. And everything showed up exactly how we expected. A perfectly healthy plant that was easy to unbox and ready to go. Every order is backed by their Alive and Thrive guarantee. And you'll get ongoing support from real, knowledgeable experts. They have unbelievable deals on spring planting essentials, and right now, you can get an additional 20% off your first order with the code SPORTS at checkout. That's 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with the code SPORTS. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's fastgrowingtrees.com, code SPORTS.
This is SportsCenter.
The Stanley Cup Final is set. I'm Chris Smith. It took Rod Brindamore 6 seasons as a player to bring the Hurricanes their first Stanley Cup championship. And after 15 years as their coach, he might have another chance to lift the cup yet again.
They finally cleared the hurdle. This group of Carolina Hurricanes, the top team in the Eastern Conference, are going to the Stanley Cup Final as they beat the Montreal Canadiens 6-1. They win the series 4-1, answering all of the questions and closing the book on all of the doubters. Get ready, folks. Lord Stanley is going to be paying a visit to Carolina one more time.
The call 99.9 The Fan. The Hurricanes get back to their first Stanley Cup Final since 2006, where they'll face the Golden Knights in Game 1. It'll be in Carolina on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. On to the NBA, where the Thunder will be without star wing Jalen Williams because of a hamstring injury for Game 7 against the Spurs in OKC. Coverage begins 7:30 p.m. Eastern with tip-off at 8 East on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. And according to ESPN, Shams Charania, Cavs general manager Mike Gansey finalized a multi-year deal to become the new president of basketball operations for the Sixers, replacing Daryl Morey. Gansey was instrumental in helping to build Cleveland, who made it to the East Final before losing in 4 games to the Knicks after a 52-win season that included the front office making a blockbuster trade at the deadline to send Darius Garland to the Clippers for James Harden. Gansey rose through the ranks in the Cavs front office since joining the team in 2011. Now, top position in Philly.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll continue to react to the NBA playoffs and look ahead to the finals, and I'll tell you if the Knicks can finish the job. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN 2, and ESPNU.
We got about 5 songs in. Also, he turned around and he goes, "Oh, damn, man, I'm sorry." I was like, "Dude, it's okay." But his hat was so big, it wasn't just me. You talking about the human eclipse down there at the campground? That guy was the George Strait eclipse.
He's standing right there.
Yeah,
look at how large he is. He's a very large man.
That's a big human right there.
He's the missing link between the Sasquatches and the people.
Yeah, he eats everything on that griddle. He's only going to get bigger. By the way, tune into baseball action later today as the Pirates host the team presented by Progressive Insurance. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I love, for the people watching on the SEC Network, we just ran this little element about Arkansas football, and Ryan Silverfield is the new head football coach at Arkansas, and I love that moment. We've seen it like 24 times over the last 3 weeks, but I love how Silverfield walks up to my boy name's Dalton Withrow, the head of equipment down there for Woo Pig football, and he's like, "I love how you get yourself a drink of water. You don't get me. You never offer me a drink of water. Here's some from the urinal. You want that, Coach?" Oh, I laugh every time. Dalt is the man. You the man, Dalt. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. No, the equipment guys are our guys. So folks know this about me, probably, if you listen to the show. I grew up in Raleigh. I grew up a big North Carolina State fan. And obviously I went to school at Tennessee. I mean, we all have our loyalties. And I still root for teams, but I'm not that passionate about it anymore. I just want to have a good game. But my favorite thing is when I go to like Alabama or I go to Georgia to work on a football team. But I went up to North Carolina a few weeks ago to work on a piece that it posted on ESPN.com yesterday about this kid, Eric Paulson Jr., first baseman. His dad was a hero of 9/11. Love the piece. But these equipment guys know what my loyalties were when I get there. They're like, hey, man, you want some gear? And they're handing me all this gear. And they know I'm not going to wear it. They know I'm not going to wear it. It's like, hey, the staff at the University of Virginia, the nicest people in the world. But, buddy, if you went up to Charlottesville to work on a story and they gave you 4 boxes of Cavaliers gear, you're not going to wear that. I don't care. I don't care how nice their Nikes are. You ain't wearing it.
It would all go straight to bones. Every thread of it.
Yeah.
Every thread of it. But I will say, how cool was that Tennessee golf stuff I gave you?
It's awesome. I wore it. I wore the shirt. I wore a shirt yesterday, and I mean it's awesome. It was
my boy Brennan Webb, the head golf coach at the University of Tennessee. He saw me wearing an Ole Miss golf hat on the Marty McGee program a couple weeks ago, and lo and behold, some Tennessee gear showed up.
Yeah, I got to do better. You're so much better at just asking for stuff like that. But like, you know, Max and Fraze have been the equipment guys at Tennessee for 500 years, and they were there when I was there. I used to work with them, and they're like, "Dude, you don't ever ask us for anything." I'm like, "I know, I need to do better than that, but I need to get some gear because one day I won't know anybody there, and I can't afford to donate." So,
who are you?
Yes, you can. You make so much money.
Yeah,
people wouldn't know what to do if they had all your money.
Oh yeah, can't you tell? Can't you tell? By the way, 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. You want to take some callers? We got some callers on hold.
Yeah, man, bring it on.
Okay, Joe in Nashville is on the line. Joe, welcome into Marty McGee.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We got you. Good morning.
Oh, yeah, good morning. So I just, with everything that happened with Kyle Busch the last couple of weeks, I just wanted to share a story from I think it must have been 2001, right after COVID. We were over at the Roval in Charlotte, and they were signing, all the JGR racers were signing, autographs. And so basically they had one picture they would sign, and they would sign one item. Now, my son, who at the time was 11, big Kyle Busch fan, but he wanted to get a JGR hat signed by all the racers, by Hamlin and Busch and all of them. And so he was going through, and he went through the line, and then he got to Kyle, and then Kyle signed it. He had a photo. He signed it, signed his JGR hat, and then my son also had a Kyle Busch hat on. He looked at my son. He says, give me that hat, and he signed it. And to me and my wife at the time, it was still my current wife, we were very touched by the moment. We're like, he didn't have to do that. He went the extra mile to sign that for him. And that was awesome. And then right after that, my daughter shunned Christopher Bell for some reason. She didn't get anything signed by him. But it was just a good experience. I just wanted to share that, that he did that for my son. So.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, man. And Marty, we talk about it all the time. It doesn't. And listen, everybody's busy, and there's times when they got 100 things going on that fans don't even know about. But it doesn't take a lot, does it, man? I'll tell that. I told the story about Rory McIlroy and my daughter. My daughter was probably 8 then, and she's 21 now. She will be a Rory McIlroy fan till her last day on Earth because of 30 seconds that he spent with her. When she was in elementary school. And it's amazing how those connections take place. And athletes are constantly, they're aware of it. And sometimes they feel so bad because they're so busy, like I'm sure Christopher Bell was then. But it doesn't take but a moment. And it'll alter a person's life.
And there have been so many of those moments that people are sharing all across the social media universe, and really appreciate Joe taking the time to share that moment with KB. But since he passed, 9 days ago now?
Yep.
It's still just impossible to wrap your mind around that's real. But there have been so many personal anecdotes and moments that he did make somebody's day that way, and that he did offer some sort of encouragement to a young racer who wants to be him someday. that, when I got to Charlotte Motor Speedway last Sunday morning, first I want to say this. Let me back up just a second. I just want to say thank you here on our show to Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse, who I didn't get to interview because they moved the truck race to Sunday morning, but Ricky said yes. And, all of these guys that took this time, like the race was at 6:30 at night, and they all were kind enough to come on and share their perspective and share their relationship with KB. Even Brad Keselowski, who was Kyle's biggest rival, he said something really interesting, McGee, and this is something that I felt like was a hell of a statement from a guy that broke his femur. And it wasn't even a skiing accident. He and his family were on a ski trip, and he fell and broke his femur. And this was a couple months before the season was going to start, and he's talking about what he had to do in order to get in the seat to race in the shootout and the Daytona 500 was not easy. And the lengths to which athletes will go to make sure that they're able to compete. And he said this on SportsCenter Live. He goes, Marty, you're SportsCenter. This is on locker rooms all across sport right now. We have to start listening to our body. All of us are guilty. We have to start listening to our bodies and what our bodies are telling us. And everything that these guys are doing in order to just get to the field, just get to the racetrack. And I just want to say thank you to all those race drivers who took all that time. And Bubba said something that I felt like was, all of them did, but was incredible perspective that basically, I'm paraphrasing Bubba here. I have my career because of this guy, and everything that's in front of me is because of Kyle Busch. And what he did for young race drivers with opportunity at KBM, with wisdom and tutelage and guidance and coaching. So there were probably 12 or 14 race drivers in the field in the Coca-Cola 600 that were in that field because of Kyle Busch, and that includes Daniel Suarez, who won a damn race.
Yep. And I thought it was a really amazing visual moment when all those drivers you're talking about, they all went into the media center at Charlotte Motor Speedway and took a picture. Like anybody that had ever raced for Kyle Busch. And it was stunning. And even for someone who covers it full time, like I do and you do, seeing that group in the room, it made it feel very real. And I want to echo the same thanks to the drivers of the IndyCar series, because obviously we had Scott McLaughlin and we had Graham Rahal and we had Jimmy Johnson with us on Marty McGee on Saturday. But on Sunday morning, Connor Daly and Mario Andretti and these people came in. Mario Andretti came and found me because he had been with Kyle Busch the day before he died. Because the Andretti family, they have these amazing, I call it, it's these indoor karting facilities. These Andretti, they're opening all around the country. They had opened one, I think it was in Durham or Raleigh, North Carolina. And Kyle Busch showed up for the grand opening. And so Mario was showing us videos of him with Kyle Busch, like the night before he passed away. But there's a kinship, and we talked about that last weekend too. But the willingness used to be impossible, man. You know this. Back in the day when a race car driver would die, whether it was on the track or whether it wasn't, it's the line from Days of Thunder. You get a driver to a funeral, you've really accomplished something. And that's changed because the willingness now of these drivers to talk about loss and to talk about mortality and to talk about the things that you were talking about Brad Keselowski saying, that's a different breed, man. And that's an elevated mindset as far as I'm concerned. And so the willingness for these superheroes to talk about vulnerability and to talk about loss, that's a gift. And so you're exactly right. Thank you to all of them for sharing that. I think it helps. It just helps people. You and I talk all the time about Dale Earnhardt Jr. After his father passed away, the most difficult part was, and you and I both experienced this to some degree when we lost our parents, which is people want you to tell them how they should feel. And people want you to tell them how they should handle the loss that you're wrestling with. And race car drivers are willing to do that now. That wasn't the case when you and I first came along, bro.
Man, there's so much to unpack in what you're saying, and you're so right. I think about a piece I did with Dale Jr. when he first went to Hendrick Motorsports, which you actually helped me edit because my dad died in the middle of writing that story. And Junior had said to me, and really Kelly was the person that really was able to crystallize the weight that they carried when their father died, because they'd be at the grocery store, at the gas pump, and people, of course, walk up to them everywhere they went in public and want to share in the pain. So they weren't able to grieve for years.
Yep.
And that is such a heavy weight to carry, and I will say it until the end of time, that Dale Jr. and his willingness to get in a race car and run at Rockingham, North Carolina, 6 days later, whatever, 7 days later, is why we have this NASCAR right now. And again, we can go down all kind of avenues right now, but one thing I wanted to say all week long, NASCAR deserves as many superlatives as can be uttered for the way that they handled the pre-race ceremony when Samantha, Brexton, Lennox, Mr. and Miss Bush, and Kurt walked out there on the pit lane to that 8 painted in the infield of Charlotte Motor Speedway, and watching Kurt lay 8 white roses down on the ground, and Steve O'Donnell, who he's been on our show every time we do it at the Daytona 500. He's been a friend of ours for 30 years. And Steve deserves overwhelming credit and accolades for his leadership, because we're around great leaders all the time throughout the sporting universe. And one of the things that can define great leadership is crisis, because there's no playbook for crisis. Right. And the way that a leader, and Steve is now the president of the sport, he's the tip of the spear from a leadership perspective, and certainly a forward-facing leadership perspective in NASCAR racing. And the messaging that he delivered, the confidence with which he delivered it, was incredible. And man, I'm gonna tell you, you and I have been a part of a lot of pre-race ceremonies, even in the wake, in the face of tragedy, and that was so hard. It was hard to watch, and to be rooted within it, and to watch all of those drivers, and to watch them live that moment and then strap into a race car and sail it off into turn 1. It was a lot. It was a lot. But the courage and the bravery that Sam had and the family had to honor husband, father, brother, son in that moment, I can't imagine the courage that it took. But they needed the family. They needed the NASCAR family in that moment to help carry their grief. And that's what we do in the NASCAR family. That's what it is. And a lot of people who've never experienced it may not be able to understand that. They may be like, oh, that's hokey, that's trite. No, it's exactly what it is. You want to beat everybody on the racetrack. You have those rivalries where you genuinely hate each other within the competitive context. But then when somebody has a hard time, it's amazing to watch everybody come together and unify in order to help that family and those people somehow try to carry that grief that is impossible to carry.
Yep. Well, there's countless people that watch that, and we were watching it from the press box at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and you know, it's hard to explain to people that haven't been a part of it but that's a very unique environment. It's a very unique group, and we throw around that word family, but you wrote it beautifully this week. It's exactly what it is, and everybody saw that, and we all witnessed it. It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and the SEC Network.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Monday's show, I'm back in the chair talking about who makes the NBA Finals to play the Knicks. Coming off for the Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. And Baseball Hall of Famer John Smoltz joins us to talk some baseball and a little golf. That's Monday's Rich Eisen show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you. When energy dips or focus feels off, hydration is often the missing piece. That's where Drip Drop comes in. Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Exactly what the 2026 version of you needs. Using science-based formulas for rapid hydration, Drip Drop helps you feel results fast while delivering 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. It's trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams because it's engineered to hydrate more effectively than water alone, making it a smart choice for better habits that actually stick. Drip Drop also just dropped Zero Sugar Plus, a breakthrough formula with an advanced blend of 6 key electrolytes, 15 essential vitamins and nutrients, and no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the complete package that truly checks all the boxes. Across the board, Drip Drop tastes amazing, with 16 original flavors and 8 Zero Sugar Plus options that fit seamlessly into a daily routine. And flexible subscription options make it easy to stay consistent. Right now, Drip Drop is offering our listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code SPORTS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code SPORTS for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code SPORTS.
Ian Fitzsimmons here, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I was skeptical about ordering plants online. Like, this is actually going to show up alive at my house. But after my wife and I ordered from Fast Growing Trees, convinced. They have this thing down to a science. They've built a whole system to protect your plants until they arrive. They even have a lab where they test against cold, heat, humidity, you name it, any condition, they've got it. And they thrive. We couldn't believe how good our plants looked when they arrived at our doorstep. And everything showed up exactly how we expected. A perfectly healthy plant that was easy to unbox and ready to go. Every order is backed by their Alive and Thrive guarantee. And you'll get ongoing support from real, knowledgeable experts. They have unbelievable deals on spring planting essentials, and right now, you can get an additional 20% off your first order with the code SPORTS at checkout. That's 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with the code SPORTS. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's fastgrowingtrees.com, code SPORTS.
It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, the SEC Network, presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling at home and auto easy. Learn more at Progressive.com. Kyle Peterson, the voice and the face, the legend of college baseball, will join us at the top of the hour to talk about a really goofy Friday, but an awesome Friday. And then
we got to ask KP about bacon. I bet he has a great bacon take.
I think, you know what? I'm going to check this while we're talking about it. I think that his Twitter bio, not that he uses it very often, but I think that his Twitter bio says, I like bacon. My wife likes me. I got no complaints. So there you go. That's.
I'm going to recreate that photograph y'all are seeing there. I'm gonna re-rack that thing here in a minute.
Yeah.
You got a big pile of bacon over there?
I got to show you something.
Come here a minute. Your people demand your presence. Come here. He's getting the bacon first, and then he'll come over and say hello.
Okay. Good.
Shawnee put his Starlink. He's got one of them Starlinks, you know?
Yeah.
And he brought the Starlink out and set it right beside my face. It's right over here somewhere. And that's how I'm doing the show with Elon Musk. Come here, Cat. Come here, Cat. Look down here in the camera. It's right here. Look down here. Lean down here, dude. And say hello to America.
Hello, America.
What's he got there?
Yeah,
Go Flyers.
That is bacon cheese casserole.
Swine. Three different types of swine.
What's it called? Swine Delight?
It's a Yenny Delight.
It's Yenny Delight.
Captain in the house. Captain out.
The beers are on you, by the way. The beers are on all of you. I have created monsters with these idiots.
Has anybody had any breakfast beer?
Yeah, Yenny. So somebody wrote in a minute ago there on the Twitter machine, which to your point earlier, the only time I even look at this anymore is when we're on the show because I hate it.
Yeah.
But anyway, somebody wrote in and they're like, I think I saw the captain drinking a Silver Bullet while he was making breakfast. Yeah. If so, respect. It was not a Silver Bullet, it was a Modelo. But nonetheless, it is a breakfast beer. All these boys are drinking breakfast beers except...
Yeah, but as soon as the show's over, hey, I went to the movies last night, and a guy had 3 tall boys before the previews were over with, and he went to sleep, slept through the whole movie. He's by himself. He's sitting next to him. He started snoring. Sorry, man. I said, dude, it's okay. 3 Miller Lite tall boys never even made it through the trailers and was asleep. I'm like, all right.
Respect, tall boy.
Turin, Italy. History built this city. Now a new story begins.
The first ever premium live event to be held in Italy. High stakes, high pressure. This is what we call must-see.
Stream Clash in Italy, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the ESPN app with the ESPN Unlimited plan.
With the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Why do over 90,000 businesses use and love Quo? My business had grown from one customer to hundreds of customers. As we scaled, my phone became anxiety-inducing. Quo came in like a superhero and completely changed the way we manage customer communications. The bottom line, Quo just works. When money is on the line, always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/ESPN. That's QUO.com/ESPN.
I like things my way. My coffee, my schedule, and my treatment. So I talked to my doctor about self-injecting with the Vyvgart Hytrulo pre-filled syringe, which contains efgartigimod alpha and hyaluronidase QVFC. It's injected under your skin, subcutaneously. It means I can inject in my space, on my time. It's my treatment, my way. Visit VyvgartMyWay.com. That's VYVGART myway.com. And talk to your doctor about Vyvgart Hytrulo. Brought to you by Argenix.
This is SportsCenter.
The chase for Lord Stanley is on. I'm Chris Smith. The Hurricanes eliminated the Canadiens with a 6-1 rout in Game 5 to win the Eastern Conference Championship. Now they head to their first Stanley Cup final since 2006, where they will host the Golden Knights in Game 1 on Tuesday on ABC. It will be the first playoff series between the franchises all time, but Vegas won both the matchups in the regular season against Carolina. On the hardwood, the Western Conference Finals shifts back to OKC as the Thunder host the Spurs in a crucial Game 7. And ESPN's Tim McMahon says the key for the Spurs is the fire lit under Victor Wembanyama as he watched SGA get the MVP trophy prior to Game 1.
Wemby sits there on the bench and he's seething because he says, I'm the best player in the world. That should be my trophy. This series is his opportunity to prove that. He came out and had 41 and 24 in a double overtime win that night. The other two games in the series, he's had big time performances. He's got to have another one of those. If Wemby has another one of those, then the Spurs are probably skipping the line and heading straight to the finals.
Heard on ESPN Radio's Amber and Ian. The Spurs last appeared in the NBA Finals in 2014 when they won their 5th championship. Coverage of the winner-take-all Game 7 begins 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We tip off at 8 East on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Meanwhile, Liverpool fired manager Arne Slot at the end of his second season in charge and a year after leading the team to the Premier League title. Fenway Sports Group, the club's American ownership, said it made a difficult decision after Liverpool finished 5th in their title defense.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. I'm back in the chair on the Rich Eisen Show on Monday, talking about who makes the NBA Finals to take on the Knicks starting Wednesday. And Baseball Hall of Famer John Smoltz joins us, too. That's the Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Good morning, it's Anna Lynn. If the rooster's crowing, it's time for Marty and McGee.
I've been down the Mississippi. Back in Anna Lynn, it is time for Hour 3 of Marty and McGee, the Earnhardt Hour, brought to you on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and the SEC Network, presented by Progressive Insurance. You can give us a call, 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. If you're just joining us, I am live from the McGee Basement Studios. Marty is live from the woods, from the Everglow Campground. And I can smell the bacon from here, man. People are sending me more, like, bacon tweets, and I'm getting bacon texts. And people have said, yes, the hat I have on is not the Macon Bacon. This is the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And so there you go. It's a bacon-themed show. And as soon as we're done with this show, I'm going to go upstairs and cook me some bacon.
So I'm at the Everglow Resort. All right. We're out here in Western North Carolina. We come every year. It's 8 families. We got 20 kids running around. We got pyromaniacs out here, just lighting stuff on fire. The boys are making our annual breakfast that we all look forward to. And not just us here, but all of our viewers and our listeners love to watch these idiots make our breakfast. But I'm going to tell you, man, like, this is the coolest campground you could ever come to. It's kind of glamping. Like, you can't really call it camping. We ain't out here in tents. We're out here in tiny houses and Airstreams, and we got a pool over here and a nice little pool house with the most cleanest bathroom.
Yeah, we got the Starlink. Yeah.
Starlink, exactly. But it's fantastic. And I showed this earlier, dude. Look at this hat. You've already seen it, some of y'all that have been watching. Yeah. But this is a hat that our buddy Tim that runs the campground gave us. And look how America this thing is for y'all just tuning in. I feel like if I put that on, I'm gonna turn into like Kenny Powers.
No, that's it. No. If you put that on, the Star Spangled Banner is going to start playing. And like I said earlier,
Lee F. and Greenwood.
Yeah, American Eagle's going to land on your shoulder, and Evel Knievel's going to walk in and give you a hug. Like, it's going to be full on. Yeah.
Lee F. and Greenwood played at the Coca-Cola 600 last weekend, and Bulldog and I just sat there and giggled like schoolgirls.
Was he there?
He was introduced in the driver's meeting.
Oh, so it's funny you mentioned that, because I was on Wednesday down in Atlanta. I spoke to the sports video group, and the sports video group. What this is these are all of the amazing, like, video production groups at all the athletic departments around the country, like big school, small school, like, so all these amazing TV shows and social media posts and all the hype videos on the video boards. This is who they are. And I told the story about, because I got a question about, well, didn't you do this? I'm like, yeah, I was, before it was called VFL Films at Tennessee. I was on the film crew at Tennessee, and I told the story about Lee F. and Greenwood. And it never killed like it did in that room, because everybody in the room knew what I was talking about. But yeah, it was Lee F. and Greenwood.
How many times? So Bulldog just posed this question, and we'll put this out there for y'all who are so active on the Twitter machine. Hi, Bella. How many times has Lee F. and Greenwood sang "God Bless the USA"?
Like this week? I mean, seriously. Like, it's like, right? I mean, and then the part of the story, when I tell that story about, and I'll tell it on July 4th, like all weekend, like I always do. But part of that story was that, he sang his latest single that no one knew, and then he sang "God Bless the USA," and it was like, still singing about it, right? But he had a theater like up in Gatlinburg at the time. Yeah, I mean, but really, how
Lee
many times?
Greenwood Theater?
Huh? Yeah, there was a Lee Greenwood Theater like in Pigeon Forge or whatever. He had one like Louise Mandrell. It was it was not. It was kind of before Branson became Branson. You had a lot of like, I don't want to knock anybody, but you kind of had that tier of theater. You know what I mean? Like there was a guy named Eddie Miles, and he was like one of the greatest Elvis impersonators of all time. He had a theater in Pigeon Forge. I did a story about him in college.
Pigeon Forge is wild, man. It is. Well, you got that Ripley's Believe It or Not shark. That big old shark.
Yeah. Titanic. There's a big Titanic sits right on the road. There's a Titanic. You come over the hill now, and there's a Titanic museum. And it looks like the damn Titanic. So like you come over the hill and there's the damn Titanic's just sitting right there on the parkway.
Have y'all ever done the Christmas lights at Pigeon Forge? It's wild.
Oh yeah.
There's 7,000 pirates just walking around with Coors Lights in their hands watching the Christmas lights.
Yeah, Winterfest. So Mike Collins, Dynamite from the Horsemen, he lives up there. And the best thing is him giving us like the inside scoop on whatever the latest thing is. Dude, when I was at NASCAR, this never happened. But when I was at NASCAR, I worked with Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Hammond because they were going to, I swear to God, dude, they were going to do a DW NASCAR experience in Pigeon Forge. It was going to be like a hologram at DW going boogity, boogity, boogity. And I was helping them. I was helping them write scripts for them. I was helping them write scripts for it. Like Jeff Hammond's going to tell you how pit stops work.
Oh, buddy. I'm crying. That's so funny.
Yeah, there's like a NASCAR cafe up there. Remember the NASCAR cafe?
Of course. Mark Dyer, the legend.
Yeah.
When I was at Carson Newman, Pigeon Forge was the place to hang out.
Yeah.
We go to Pigeon Forge and just walk around. Like, we didn't have anything to do. We didn't have any money. These rando college baseball players, we get in Davy Doan's Ford Thunderbird and turn on Bone Thugs and Harmony and drive out to Pigeon Forge and just look at girls.
Yeah. Hey, dude. So Mike Collins, again, my old roommate, he grew up there. So he worked at the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. He ran like the Hillbilly Motor Lodge. And we were in school. Mike had a job at one of these record. You Can Be the Star. Like you would go into a recording studio and you would basically record karaoke on a cassette tape. And we would just go up there and all night long we just record songs. But I'm
pretty sure that's how Buddy Jewell got a record deal. You remember Buddy Jewell?
Yes.
It was like, was it Nashville Star? Was the name of the show? It was one of the reality shows. I think I could be completely out of line. I think Miranda Lambert. Did Miranda go on National Star?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At one point,
she's an icon.
Dude, it won't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at one point I thought you had like beef with them because you made some comment one time about reality shows or something. What did you like? It was Miranda Lambert and her ex-husband. That's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
They got sideways. Was it with you? They got sideways with somebody. Or with church, maybe. But it was like a beef at one point. When we were on an airplane, man.
Eric said something in Rolling Stone about turning around in a chair and you get a record deal or whatever. But, yeah. And
I just remember I was on an airplane. You and I were going somewhere. And I said something about Miranda Lambert. Yeah, Miranda Lambert doesn't like me. I go, what? And you explained that whole thing. And I was like, what universe are we living in? Yeah, DW holograms and Miranda Lambert beefs. That's Marty McGee right there, y'all.
I'm trying to think about. I definitely grew up. I grew up a lot going to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I'd never been anywhere when I went to Carson Newman, and we'd go there, and I saw things I never thought I'd see before.
I love it there. That's where we would go. When I was in college at Tennessee, we were bored. You get on the Pellissippi Parkway and head on up to, what was the Cumberland? We head on up to. We just see what we could find. And,
I'll tell you what was right between you and me was the Cherokee Dam.
Oh Lord!
All right.
96 ounces of joy.
Hey, Sundays at the Cherokee Dam, you'd see some things that you can't unsee.
What? How do I not know about this? I never went to.
Naked rednecks, doing what naked rednecks do. I can't expound.
Yeah.
This is the Disney Global Network.
This is definitely NEKKID. Naked.
Yes.
Naked.
By the way, the Mimosa Tower has made its way to the program.
I was going to ask you about that. So this thing, they travel. Somebody packed that, and it's like a dispenser.
It is. Okay. That's when you know the ladies are starting to wake up, because the Mimosa Tower comes out when our beautiful wives start making their presence at 9:15 in the morning.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Up there at the Cherokee Dam, did they have a Mimosa Tower?
No. They had a Busch Light Tower.
Hey, and speaking of, this guy just hit us up on Twitter. I just retweeted it, and he said, Steve Brzezinski, longtime friend of the show, and Steve said, here's how I pregame for one of my teams is playing Marty Smith and McGee. It said, hashtag pregame beer, hashtag breakfast beers, hashtag beers for breakfast. And it's a pyramid of, looks like 9 Busch Lights, 9 Bass Pro Shop Busch Lights.
There you go.
There you go. That's not pregame, that's the game right there.
As the good Lord intended.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I say we're going to give you an opportunity to go back here and get you one of them mimosas. It's Marty and McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, the SEC Network, and at Cherokee Dam with no clothes on.
Cheers, friends.
The NBA playoffs on ESPN Radio. It all comes down to this. One final game with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line. Game 7 of the Spurs and Thunder. Coverage begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern with tip-off at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Presented by Gusto.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code SMART to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code SMART to borrow up to $10,000. Use code SMART to borrow up to $10,000.
If you work in university maintenance, Grainger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Grainger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more, and all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, visit Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Buster Olney here for La Quinta by Wyndham. Summer mornings move fast, whether you're heading to the job site or catching the first pitch. But not every hotel makes it easy to start your day right. At La Quinta by Wyndham, you can wake up to a free Bright Side breakfast, including hot waffles, fresh fruit, eggs, yogurt, and more. It's the kind of lineup that helps you knock your morning out of the park. And while you're at it, book your next work trip at LaQuinta.com to earn Wyndham Rewards points with your qualified stay. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Terms and conditions apply.
Ian Fitzsimmons here, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I was skeptical about ordering plants online. Like, this is actually going to show up alive at my house. But after my wife and I ordered from Fast Growing Trees, convinced. They have this thing down to a science. They've built a whole system to protect your plants until they arrive. They even have a lab where they test against cold, heat, humidity, you name it, any condition, they've got it. And they thrive. We couldn't believe how good our plants looked when they arrived at our doorstep. And everything showed up exactly how we expected. A perfectly healthy plant that was easy to unbox and ready to go. Every order is backed by their Alive and Thrive guarantee. And you'll get ongoing support from real, knowledgeable experts. They have unbelievable deals on spring planting essentials, and right now, you can get an additional 20% off your first order with the code SPORTS at checkout. That's 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with the code SPORTS. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's fastgrowingtrees.com, code SPORTS.
By the way, so we're televising live all of Marty's friends back there drinking beer, and I said, man, there's a lot of people drinking beer. Dude, the internet.
I know, it's going crazy.
So Coach Jones hit us up, said, good morning, boys, and showed us on TV with him holding a Coors Light. And I posted the beer tower from the one guy. Alan Kipps has decided to go out into the garage, and he's cooking bacon while he's watching the show. And people are seeing our boy Steve Brzezinski with his beer tower, and Matthew Charles goes, well, I just got home from the gym. Why not? And he's cracking open a Busch Light. So it's 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and by God, we got them. We're filling them up, son. It's God bless them. Bacon and beer. What else do you want?
Can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
But we were talking about this during the break with the crew. I used to camp a lot. I haven't in a long time, but I need to go try it again because we didn't have mimosa towers and Airstreams. I need to go. I think I might actually convince Erica to go camping because of mimosa towers and Airstreams.
Well, listen, I'm telling you, these mini or the tiny homes.
Yeah.
I could live once my kids go on to their lives.
Yeah.
I could live in here. I mean, it is glamping.
Okay.
Air conditioning, ceiling fans, full kitchen. It's all like pine. The whole interior is these pine wood walls. It's gorgeous, man. Okay. They're cool.
All right. I need to go. You remember, it was at the Indy, you and I were at the Indy 500, and it was the 100th running of the race. It was like 2013, 2014.
16, I think.
Yeah, but I remember that's when the Indianapolis Motor Speedway rolled out the glamping. Remember that? And people kind of made fun of it, but people like paid lots of money. And they had like air mattresses, and they had the whole deal. And it was like, I want to try that. But Eric and McGee never just going to lay out in the woods. So we're going to do this. We're going to.
Neither would Ryan McGee. Neither would I. Neither Laney Smith. No, sir. Ain't happening, buddy. No chance. Oh, Todd Newberry wrote in. He goes, "Whatever happens at the Cherokee Dam stays at the Cherokee Dam."
Oh yeah. And one of the guys responded, and he said, Sean Reed. He said, Marty McGee bringing back my younger days of cruising Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Cherokee Dam, and he did the GIF from beating the guy. So those were the days. Yeah.
This one kills me. Matthew Charles wrote in, Pigeon Forge and G-Burg pre-COVID. You could walk up and down the main drag and get absolutely hammered off of free sample shots of Shine.
Oh, man. So every week now on Instagram to promote the show, on Friday, I just find some goofy video. And then I put on it, hey, reminder, Marty McGee's on Saturday morning. And I found one yesterday of this guy. And he's in like this convenience store in Southern California. And all it is him dancing around with a 12-pack. And he's going Keystone Light, Apple. And I guess there's a Keystone Light Apple now.
Oh,
you think they're going to knock down any of that at the Cherokee Dam?
All these college kids that are here, we got, we got a lot of college kids here, and these boys are hammering back that Bapple, Busch Light Apple. And apparently, this is a limited run, right? Right. It's like a huge deal for all these, 21-year-old college boys.
Yeah.
And they are hammering these things back like water.
Yeah. No, it's so every summer I feel like they roll. So remember, you remember the day I almost didn't come back when we were on the lake at Lake Pocono, and that was the summer of the Bud-A-Ritas or whatever it was. Remember the Bud Light of
Bud
Light Ritas?
Yes.
I can't remember what they called it, and it was like the strawberry and the lime, like Bud Light Ritas. And I thought y'all were just going to cast me adrift like Jack in Titanic out into the lake. It's like drinking candy. But yeah.
Well, listen, I will say, because you were on them Limeritas, and I was on that Jack Daniel's Honey, which is also a sinful act.
Oh yeah.
And we were a disaster.
No, that was the last roundup.
It's like basically a mud puddle. And we rented this pontoon boat. We just cruised. We cruised in a circle in this mud puddle for like 7 hours, just getting rowdy, rowdying on down.
So we knew that we knew at that point that ESPN's contract with NASCAR was going to end, and we knew this was kind of the last roundup.
We'd been excommunicated from the family at that point.
For NASCAR, NASCAR now, RIP. We knew that was the last roundup, and the great Melinda Adams, Mama Melinda, rented that boat. We had a captain. We had a guy driving the boat around, and even the captain was looking. Somewhere there's a picture of us, and that was definitely 30 pounds ago, McGee. And I'm sitting there holding that damn Limerita. I'm a little glassy-eyed. I'll just put it that way.
All right, Bulldog, you need to go on the internet here on the Twitter, and you need to find Chris_Bab. He just posted a tweeter of McGee giving his address to these collegiate kids that want to become Ryan McGee. And there's a photograph of him on this big screen in a sweater that's going to make me start having a seizure.
Yeah.
You have to put this up on the screen.
Yeah, right. That right there is a plaid Abercrombie shirt.
Chris_Bab.
I probably bought that shirt like in Pigeon Forge at like the Bass shirt outlet.
Goodies. That's from Goodies, man.
Yeah, Hamricks. Yeah, bought that at Hamricks. Yeah, that was me.
McGee retweeted so Bulldog can find it.
Yeah, I just did. That was me telling everybody that they told me when I was in college I could never be on TV, and I'm like, I don't blame them because look at this guy. We ran a clip. It's a clip of me. Clip of me doing a report about Wade Houston and the Tennessee basketball team.
Hey, Dale. Hey, Dale.
Hey, Dale. Hey, Dale, you remember that time? You remember that time you won at Darlington? That was awesome.
Narrate this for us. You need to walk us through what's happening right here.
All right, so this is me telling them about me in college. This is me on Wednesday, if you're watching on SEC Network, and we played a clip of me, and that's me going, it was a challenging year for Wade Houston and the Tennessee Volunteers. It was a strange year on and off the court. This was for Big Orange Sunday, our Sunday morning spring sports show. I need to send that clip to Bulldog because it's brutal. How about that guy? How about that guy? Who decided that we should put him on television?
Well, first of all, again, that sweater, that is incredible.
Yeah,
that thing. It looks like when. Never mind. I'm not going to say what it looks like. I don't want to get fired today. Just signed a new contract. Life is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plead out right now.
Yeah. Bulldog, I'm sending you that clip right now, and we can, if you can turn it around, we'll put it on TV. And there's no shame in it. But when y'all hear my voice, you're gonna be like, hell, I would have told him he'd never be on TV too. But we're on TV now, by God. It's Marty McGee on the ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and the SEC Network, cooking
right
bacon,
now.
wearing bacon
may
hats.
not be next Saturday.
Talking about the Cherokee Dam, talking about Keystone Light Apple. I mean,
Baffle.
What else could you want?
What the hell is Baffle?
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cole, Michelle Smallman, and me, Chris Canty. From the NBA to the NHL and everything else in between, I'll react to it all in my upon further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Why do over 90,000 businesses use and love Quo? My business had grown from one customer to hundreds of customers. As we scaled, my phone became anxiety-inducing. Quo came in like a superhero and completely changed the way we manage customer communications. The bottom line, Quo just works. When money is on the line, always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/ESPN. That's QUO.com/ESPN.
As families head into summer travel season, there's one thing many people forget to plan for. What happens if someone gets sick when you're away from home? Joining us now is Dr. Peter McCullough with some smart ways to be prepared before summer begins. Doctor, summer is supposed to be relaxing, but travel can come with surprises. So why is summer a time when families should think ahead medically?
Because there's always stress about getting sick on a trip and then ending up in the urgent care.
What are some of the most common issues that families will run into during these summer trips from a medical standpoint?
Various forms of food poisoning or traveler's diarrhea, getting viral upper respiratory tract infections that get too far along and they become a bacterial secondary infection like a bronchitis. Then, of course, usual things like bladder infections, yeast infections.
So what do you recommend people do before they leave on their trip?
Everybody should consider having a medical emergency kit. Nowadays, we can pre-prescribe medications, cover dozens of illnesses ahead of time, and then people can be ready to go if something does happen. We have a guidebook as well as telemedicine available to get help when you're away from home and avoid the urgent care.
So it's really all about preparedness.
Rational readiness. And remember, other things can happen. Wounds, insect bites, poison ivy. We should all be prepared.
Bottom line, summer goes smoother when you prepare before you pack. Dr. McCullough, thank you so much. To learn more, visit urgentcarekit.com. Use the promo code SMALLS to save $45 on your medical emergency kit.
This is SportsCenter.
Carolina advances to their first Stanley Cup final in 2 decades. I'm Chris Smith. While the Hurricanes celebrated their Eastern Conference Championship victory over the Canadiens, goaltender Frederik Andersen's heart was heavy. Andersen was one of the first prominent clients of Claude Lemieux, who died by suicide on Thursday, according to authorities. And he reflected post-game on TNT on how the team came together through adversity.
It's been a difficult couple days, but the way we showed up today, last couple days for the team and for each other, it's been incredible. Can't talk enough good things about this team and the way they supported me, and it's been awesome.
Carolina makes their third Stanley Cup Finals appearance in franchise history on Tuesday night in Raleigh against the Western Conference champion Vegas Golden Knights on ABC. On to the NBA, where the Thunder will be without star wing Jalen Williams because of a hamstring injury for Game 7 against the Spurs in OKC. Coverage begins 7:30 p.m. Eastern with tip-off at 8 East on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. On to the NFL, where Giants wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski went down during OTAs with a non-contact injury that the team fears is a torn Achilles, sources told ESPN's Jordan Ronan. The 29-year-old is undergoing further tests to confirm the injury. Baseball, the Tigers play starter Casey Mize on the IL with an adductor inflammation, an injury similar to the one that landed him on the IL earlier this season. Manager A.J. Hinch is hopeful that this version of the injury is not as severe as the first one, and said the move to the IL was made more out of short-term needs of his roster that currently has 15 players on the IL, including 10 pitchers and a number of key position players.
Hey, it's resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Monday from the NBA to the NHL and everything else in between. I'll react to it all in my upon further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6 right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
This is Marty and McGee on ESPN Radio.
It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and the SEC Network. By the way, the ESPN app, home to every WWE premium live event, including this weekend's Clash in Italy. Tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be there for the biggest WWE moments, you need the ESPN Unlimited plan to sign up. Go to stream.espn.com. If you get ESPN through DirecTV, Spectrum, Xfinity, Verizon, Fios, Cox, or Fubo, ESPN Unlimited is included at no additional cost. Just head to activate.espn.com and follow the steps to get set up, then sign into the ESPN app, and you're in. All the biggest premium WWE live events, all in one place, anytime, anywhere. So the people are checking in.
Good Lord, are they ever.
Old Coop, who's been a fan of the show from the drop, he said, just finished my morning prayers, time to get it. And it's a picture of him about to turn up a big old bottle of Hell Humidor tequila.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, and people
That's
want to know.
level.
Oh, people want to know if you're drinking any Zima this morning. That's what Kent Jones said. So
I am not.
But I'm stunned at the people who
I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah, maybe after the show. So speaking of the theme here, let's take Kevin in Nashville. Kevin in Nashville, welcome into Marty and McGee.
For my call, long time listener every morning from 6 to 9 here.
I listen to you guys, and I do my yard work, and it just makes it go so much faster. But
nice.
I remember my grandfather, y'all say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. He'd be like, Kevin, it's noon somewhere. Go get me a beer. And he'd go get a beer. I'd go get him a beer.
There you go. Sometimes that's the grand. It kind of reminds me of Ricky Bobby's dad and his grandkids. Hey, you know what? Why don't you boys dig a hole? I'm gonna get another beer. Well, I am. On one hand, I'm very excited, but I'm also a little concerned that there's this many people drinking Busch Light at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's a spectacle. I mean, all the fellas are just hammering back cold beers, and all the ladies have put a hurting on that mimosa tower already. So we're off and running out here at the Ember Glow Sun. All right, I got to read this. This made me laugh out loud during the break. Alex Golish, our boy, is a new head coach at Auburn University.
Yes.
Phenomenal football coach. We had him on the show, 2 or 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and his interview was incredible, and his story is incredible.
It's amazing.
This tweeter made me laugh until I almost peed my pants. Marty, did the lead singer of Rascal Flatts become the Auburn head football coach? Oh,
you know what?
My word.
Dude, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I mean, I guess I could see the resemblance a little bit. Golish is like me. He's an uber ginger.
Yeah.
And I don't think Gary LaVox, Gary the Voice, I don't think he's a ginger.
No.
But they have like the same haircut and
yeah. If you put Golish in some spangly jeans, if you put Golish in some bedazzled blue jeans and like a bedazzled leather jacket, that'd be it, dude. Y'all, it was. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's it.
Give us a side-by-side, Bulldog.
Yeah, look at that. I told you. Look, he's got those jeans have like 19 zippers on them, and he's got a blue leather jacket on. Dude,
oh my God.
You know what, Marty? It was a year ago this week that we interviewed Rascal Flatts, and Rascal Flatts, their handlers, were very twitchy. And they're like, you got 12 minutes or whatever. But then Rascal Flatts proceeded to sit there with us for 45 minutes. Like they wouldn't leave, remember?
Hey, look, awesome dudes.
Oh, my gosh, the nicest guys in the world.
Really enjoyed talking to those guys.
Yeah, and we had to wait a couple of hours for them because the schedule got behind, and we were getting tired, and we'd had some drinks, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we won't go back to the hotel. We got to do the show the next morning, and all I know is so all night long, y'all, Marty be getting huffy and puffy like I got to go, and all of a sudden I just go, life is a highway. But they were the nicest, all night long. Nicest dudes in the world, and they were they were like Brooks and Dunn. They were very honest with us about the challenge of being in a business entertainment marriage, which is what they're in for so long, right? Like they were so honest with us about how tough times got, and they all had to kind of spend time apart, and then they made it work. I was blown away by them.
And it was COVID really being apart that made them all go, wait a minute. Like, we have something special here, and we're going to have to figure out this ego side of this thing. And it happens. I mean, you and I have had to have some hard conversations before.
Yep.
Because when you are a unified front and you have really built something from the ground to have something very special, there has to be you have to be absolutely 100% committed to the loyalty of having each other's back.
Yep.
And if you don't, buddy, it don't work. It's Kicks and Ronnie.
No. And we had that conversation with them that same night.
Sure did.
At CMA Fest a year ago, and you and I said that we looked right at them and said, y'all need to know how much we talk about the two of y'all. and about how, you both have the things you do over here, but then you have the things you do together, and how do you balance that? And I think it was Ronnie Dunn, wasn't it? He said, well, sometimes you just got to go walk over in the other corner, and you just got to get whatever the system out of your system, and then you meet back in the middle again. But I was fascinated by that, and that's a dynamic you and I see with coaches and quarterbacks, and with coaches on coaching staffs, and with you and I see it all the time in crew chiefs and race car drivers.
Oh yeah,
you got to figure out how to make it work, because you're better together than you are apart, and it fascinates me with bands. Like, everybody wants to do a solo project. That's great, but will you be able to come back and be back a part of the band again? And it's but talking to those guys about that stuff, but it started with Rascal Flatts, who, and congratulations on getting the Auburn coaching job.
That one made me laugh really hard. And I know, I bet you Coach Golish has us on right now.